Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the boar or the pig, whichever one you prefer. I don't know which one you would prefer, to be honest. Anyway, we are going to be picking 3 cards for you guys today. We've got a deck of Chinese oracle cards. We have got other Chinese zodiac signs on the other side. We're going to pick 3. We're going to forecast the week based on your compatibility with the cards. We're also going to just mix it up a little bit for fun, where we've also got the black and white, which is the positive and the negative, and they affect it as well. But black isn't always an attack. White isn't always all right. We are doing this on the compatibilities anyway. We are going to pick 3. I do shuffle with my eyes closed, so it doesn't influence me, which means it's really clumsy shuffling. And sometimes I have to open my eyes to make sure that I'm still shuffling all the cards. But once I get a good flow on, and I stop the natter, I can then get a feeling for which I shall stop on. Which I think we are going to stop here. And we're going to take that one from the bottom. We're going to take this one from the middle. We're going to take this one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got a white, we've got a black, and we've got a black. So white isn't always all right. Black isn't always an attack. It's about what's on the other side. And we've got a white rooster. Interesting. So maybe you've got a lot of thinking to do. Maybe you need to have a little bit of a think about some things. Maybe you need to reconsider your situation or your circumstances. Potentially right now it's time to start being honest with yourself, pig people. You need to start reflecting and getting real. Basically, you need to get real and start actually taking the constructive criticism, taking the advice, taking the sort of words of wisdom that you are being given, and actually do something. Get off your arse and actually make something happen. Potentially right now it's time for you to not take things too seriously, but to actually buck up a little bit. You don't have to be regimented. You don't have to be sort of, just make a plan, have a plan, write a list, do something, and potentially, okay, yes, you're very, very busy, you've got a lot going on, you're rushed off your feet, there's things that you need to be doing, and you're probably very much involved in all of those things, and you're probably trying to juggle it all, and you're struggling to find time to rest, and yep, completely appreciate all of that, I do. However, you can improve in areas where potentially have an apple, eat a banana for breakfast. It takes no time at all to have a bit of fruit. Maybe you do eat fruit, but potentially, instead of taking the car to the shop, maybe just spare yourself 10 minutes to have a walk, or when you are walking the dog, make it 10 minutes longer. Just sort of spread yourself out a little bit. Make yourself feel a little bit more better body, sort of like body-wise, and that will help clear the mind, help you concentrate a little bit more. And this, don't forget, the rooster is a thinking card. This is a thinking time. If you're not looking after your body and you're not getting that oxygen pumping and you're not, eating foods that are going to stimulate your brain to actually do its job, then you're going to miss ideas, you're going to miss thoughts, you're going to be tired, or you're going to be lagging or hungry or hangry. You stop. No more excuses. You need to start pushing through and bucking up a little bit. As I say, you've got things to do. There's the rat card, the doer card. So it is time to literally get stuff done now. Honestly, you need to make it work. Like I say, it's not going to take you any more time in the day if you have a glass of water instead of a can of Coke. It's not going to take you, and I'm not saying this is a health thing. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be, all this healthy stuff. I'm just saying you just need to do a little bit more, maybe dress a bit smarter, maybe buy a new pair of shoes because yours are looking a bit scruffy. I don't know, wash the car. Just kind of do a little better. You'll know what I mean, because some of you might be looking at your windows right now thinking, yeah, I should probably clean the windows. Or some of you are probably thinking, actually, yeah, potentially I should hoover or I should do something. There's little things in our life that we can do to improve our environment, our body, and our minds. And they don't really take up a lot of time. Eating an apple, for example, instead of a chocolate bar. Drinking a glass of water instead of a can of Coke. You don't have to give up the cans of Coke or give up the chocolate bars. Just have a glass of water, or do you know what I mean? think about it, because there are things to do. There are things that you need to commit to. This is a commitment now. It's a commitment to yourself. It's a commitment for self-preservation. That's what this is. And that self-preservation is invaluable to you. You need this now, because if you don't have this, then you're going to find yourself maybe mentally, with the thought processes, with that rooster there, you're going to start unwinding, and you're going to start overthinking, and you're going to start making, I don't know, assumptions, and making yourself feel worse than what is actually going on, and you're going to overthink things, you're going to get yourself stuck, you're going to start feeling a bit deflated, and there's no need for it. There's literally no need for it. You can make yourself feel better little bits at a time by doing little things, and that's all you need to do, and you'll start seeing a big improvement with the things that go on around you, because you will feel better. Your perspective will change into a more positive place, and a positive person will be more approachable, and things will then start to open for you. Doors open and opportunities arise when you start changing that perspective and actually looking out for them. You're not looking out for them if you're walking around head in the clouds, or staring at your feet, you know, worried and anxious and putting things off. We've got that ox there. That ox is a very hard working card. It is actually a good card for a boar to a moderate degree. This is, you don't have to work fast. You don't have to make changes all of a sudden. You don't have to do all this. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's just work that is going to be hard, and it does take commitment. It does take a lot of willpower and determination just to improve things slightly in your circumstances, you know. And even if this is on an emotional level, where potentially there's something romantic involved, it doesn't take a lot to sit down and say, can we talk? It doesn't take a lot to say, look, this isn't working, here's why. You know, there's ways to tackle these things if you put your mind to it, because if you don't put your mind to it, you're going to become unraveled. If you don't do what you need to do, then you're not going to be able to move past this phase, and you're just going to come back around and loop and loop and loop around, and it will just always feel like you're stuck in the mud, and you won't be going anywhere. This ox is a hard-working, dedicated sign. This is a doer sign. You're not going to like it, but you've got to do it. You've got to push forward. You have to make the changes where they need to be made. You know where they need to be made. I can give you examples of what could potentially be, but you know what changes you need to make in your life. You know what needs to be addressed. You know what you need to do, because you've been thinking about it. It's on your mind. So do what needs to be done. Push forward, and take yourself out of your comfort zone to do the right thing. Because realistically, if you don't, then you're going to encounter trouble in the future. You're going to encounter trouble, and that is a big possibility. I think right now as well, you need to enforce rules, not too rigidly, but you do need to enforce rules upon yourself, boundaries upon yourself, where, you know, you do need to make slight little changes where you can. Just little ones. Just, you know the ones. You know what I'm talking about. So those changes that you're thinking of doing, the changes that you're struggling to instigate, now is the time to make those happen, my lovely pig people. I don't say it to be a dick, I say it because I care. So look after yourselves, and don't get yourselves into any unnecessary predicaments. I will be back next week to see if you guys are still with us. No, I play. I'm only kidding. You will be, but we'll see if you're happy or miserable. I'll be back next week for another pig reading, but I will be back tomorrow with a reading for the rat and the ox. So if you're interested, or you know anybody that is or are those signs, then I'll see you then. If not, I'll see you next week when we come back and do another reading for you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.